Good morning, everybody. This is, doggone, I thought I had turned that off. Well, you got it again. You've got the little note there in the corner that tells you that you can't leave notes with me watching this camera, but that's all right. Good morning, everybody. I am late again. This time I am about 3 or 4 minutes late, but good morning to everybody. I've got the camera turned around. You can see it says record in the right direction now, so that's good. But I am still not on the Shenandoah Sew And Vac page. If somebody would like to share this live feed on the Shenandoah Sew And Vac page, that would be very nice. And if not, hey, I'll do it later anyway. Oh, I've got the air conditioner going at 82 degrees and it's still warm in here. I don't understand. So good morning, everybody. It is another sunny day here in Woodstock, Virginia. And I am upright and above ground here in my store, shop, whatever you want to call this place. Anyway, and so today we're going to start off with kind of a joke. I've gotten permission from my wife for this one. This is one I've told before to others. But, you know, you get your favorite chair. You know, you've got a favorite chair and you sit in that chair and you just enjoy sitting in that chair. You might have the radio playing a little bit, and you're sitting there, and you kind of close your eyes and start drifting off, thinking how wonderful it is just to be sitting there, enjoying the music and everything. And then my wife yells at me and says, "Keep your eyes on the road." It's just the way it goes. That's a bad joke, but that's all I could get you this morning. All right, I've got my papers here in front of me. And I'm going to start off talking about vacuum cleaners. My phone number is right there on the screen. Right there, 459-1888. And I've got my phone right here. And this is my going on my 4th week. So if somebody calls me, it'll probably shock me to death. I just had a customer walk in right as I was trying to get this thing running. And I've got it going now. So I'm very happy about that. All right. Well, let's start off with talking about vacuum cleaners. And today I'm going to talk about the difference between dust and dirt. I get customers coming in my store quite a few times, and they'll tell me that they've gone to their vacuum cleaner bag, one of these type of bags maybe, and it is puffed full of dirt. It's full. It looks like a bag of bread. And they'll go in with whatever device they've got and pull all the dirt out of the bag and then say, it still doesn't clean. It doesn't act like it's going to clean. What's going on? I emptied it. I pulled all the dirt out. Well, you did pull the dirt out, but there is a problem. There's a thing called dust. Now, some people use carpet powders, love my carpet, hate my vacuum cleaner, baking soda or baby powder or things like that. And they put that on their floor to help it smell better, or they're using baby powder in the bathroom and they vacuum it up, and then they wonder what happens to the vacuum cleaner. It acts like it's not picking up anything. Well, that's because the bag is full. But it's flat. There's nothing in it. Oh, yes, there is. Imagine, here we go. We're going to start with a summer day, and now we're in summer. That's official. Days are getting shorter every day again. It's kind of sad. Anyway, you're sitting out on your porch at the beginning of summer, and the breeze is blowing through. It's a cool day as opposed to today. And you're thinking, this is just great. I'm sitting out here in a chair. It's a rocking chair. And I got a little table beside of me. I've got my lemonade sitting there, or iced tea, sweet iced tea. Can be substituted for pancake syrup if you've made it right. Anyway, you're sitting there enjoying that, and then later on during the day, you say, you know, I could use some books out here. So you bring a little bookcase, you set it up out there on your porch. And then you bring a couch out because, you know, you want to have people coming out there and sitting on the porch and enjoying the weather with you. So you do all that, and before long, you've got the room pretty much like a room in your house. You're still enjoying the breeze blowing through. It's feeling great. Well, some evening, when you're not paying any attention, a person comes along with a spray bottle of plastic, and they spray it over that screen and seals up the room so air can't blow through that screen. You're sitting there thinking, Man, it's hot in here. What am I going to do? I know what I'll do. I'll pull the furniture out of the room. So they get up and they pull out the bookcase. They pull out the couch. They pull out the rocking chair. And they're just sitting on the floor and they're still burning up. I can't understand. Why isn't there any air moving? That's because the bag or the porch is filled with plastic or with fine particles in the screen. So you can't get any air through it. Same with your vacuum cleaner bag. If it is full of real fine powder, sheetrock dust. I had a friend that he was working on his house, and he said, that vacuum cleaner I have, that Electrolux, it's just constantly popping the bags out. It says the bag is full, and it's not full. And I said, well, what are you doing? He says, I'm vacuuming up sheetrock dust in my house. I said, the bag is full. It thinks it's full, therefore it is full. Sometimes thinking is just as good as being, which is not always good. But if you believe it's true, most likely it seems true to you. So the machine feels it's full. No air is going through. The little suction pieces inside the vacuum cleaner said, no air is coming through. That bag must be full. And it pops the door open, shuts the vacuum cleaner off, and you're sitting there just very upset. Well, the problem is it's the vacuum cleaner bag is full of powder. Had a lady one time and these bags have lots of little tiny teeny holes in it. You can sort of see through some of the light there. Anyway, they have holes in it to let air flow through. Had a lady come in with a shop vac vacuum cleaner. As she walked into the building, it stank. It smelled like a burned up motor. Now, there was nothing worse for my wife when I first went into business than to have a burned motor in my store. Get that thing out of here, she would say. Miss Barb would have me spray my Let's Kill This Smell sprays that I have, XO and some other things. But it's a terrible, terrible odor. I said, ma'am, what's wrong? Smells like your motor's burned up. She says, I just changed the bag. And I pulled out the vacuum cleaner motor off of the tank, because shop vacs have a tank and a motor on top. And there on the tank was a bread bag. A plastic bread bag. I think it was a Wonder Bread bag, stuffed up over the end of the vacuum cleaner. I said, ma'am, you suffocated your vacuum cleaner. You put a plastic bag over its head and turned it on, and it couldn't live. It burned it up. Not only did it shut it off, it burned up the motor. It was no good. So plastic bags are not good for filters. They just aren't. They've got to have some holes in it. Okay? So anyway, that's my talk today about the difference between dust and dirt. So if you have a lot of dust on your floor, and try to avoid putting it there in the first place. If you're going to be doing some sheet rock work and things, got to put a plastic paint drop cloth on the floor to catch all that sheet rock dust, and then carry that out. Because you don't want that to get into your carpet. It's hard to get it out. Matter of fact, when you use Love My Carpet, Hate My Vacuum Cleaner powders, you'll never get it all out. It'll be in the carpet until you carry it out. And carpets, I've been told by carpet people, they say it weighs almost 10 times more when you take the carpet out than when you put it in, because of all the dust and particles that get stuck down in the bottom of the carpet. So no matter how good your vacuum, you're not going to get it all out. And even my vacuums, which are fabulous. Well, they're good. I guarantee them for a long time. Alrighty. So, any questions? Call me, ask me, say, hey, I don't believe that. Well, that's fine. Call me up. We'll talk. That's free. All right. Next, we're going to talk about bobbins. And I just had this happen this week, last week. Bobbin. Who's got the bobbin? Who's got the right bobbin? People will come in. They'll have a sewing machine bobbin case like this. See, it's got the little finger on it there. It's got the little finger there. And it's open in the middle. Some people will use this bobbin. And you go into Wally World or some of these stores, and you go in and they'll say, this bobbin fits most Singer sewing machines. Sometimes they even say all. They lie. Anyway, this bobbin here is a Singer Class 66 bobbin. If you look at it real carefully, let's see if I can do this. If you look at it real carefully here, you'll see it looks like two contact lenses put together. See how it's got curves on it? See the curves on the top? Top and the bottom, top and the bottom? They're curvy. Well, they will fit in this bobbin case just fine. Oh, I lost that one. I'll put a middle one in. You can see that one better anyway. Put this one in here, and it fits just fine. It goes in just fine. But if you look, you'll see that this bobbin is way deep inside of here. See how it's deep inside there? And when you're sewing, this little piece on top is where the needle goes into your machine. And if you use this kind of bobbin every once in a while, it'll work for a long time, but every once in a while, this you can see in there. Let's see if I can get it. You will see part of the bobbin sticking out, and the needle will come down in and hit on that. It doesn't like that. That's not good. Let's see if I turn this light off here, if that helps me. Yeah, that helps. Okay, see how that bobbin is sticking in that hole there? I can move it around. See how I pushed it all the way in. But here, we'll do it again. Get in there. See that? That bobbin is right in the middle of where the needle goes down. Not good, because your needle can come down every once in a while and hit on it. I've had people say they've used those bobbins for years and never had a problem. I said, that's probably true, but it's going to cause a problem. Your needle's going to come down, hit on it, and you're going to get a little burr on it. And you don't want to get a burr in your bonnet or wherever else you get a burr. And because what will happen is you'll start noticing when the needle goes down the material, it'll make a little popping noise. Pop, 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 pop. And what's happening is the needle end is bent a little bit, and it goes down in the material and pushes on the threads. Instead of going between the threads, it's trying to push on the threads, and it's going down into the machine, and that's not good. It can cause your thread to break in your material, and if you're using double knit, that can be flat embarrassing, because one little hole in the right place can get to be a big hole in the wrong place. Okay, now, so that's a wrong kind of bobbin. Now I'm going to show you the right kind of bobbin. There are two different types. They've got metal and plastic. This is the proper bobbin, and if you look at this, you'll see it's flat. It's flat on both sides instead of rounded like the other was. And when this goes into this bobbin, you'll see that it's right at the very edge. It won't hop around inside. It will stay where it belongs. You don't have to say stay or sit. Sit, Bobo. All right, so you get them in metal, or you can get them in plastic. And notice the plastic one still fits in there just the same. Very good. All right, I got a customer coming in here. We'll have some fun in a minute. Now, I'm going to show you one of the Class 626 bobbin cases, which is this. This is a good one. Metal. It's metal. It's not made out of plastic. They do make a plastic one called the Apollo bobbin case. But when you put in the wrong kind of bobbin, the flat bobbin that I was talking about a while ago, you'll see that it sticks up higher than it should. Excuse me, I've got a customer. Hold on. Hi there. Can I help you? Don't leave. Don't leave. How can I help you this fine and sunny day?
I wanted to see if you could give me a light bulb for my machine I brought.
She needs a bub. Okay. All right. I'm live on the air right now. You all just stay here. I'm not going to turn you around. She seems like she's embarrassed. So we will not do that. But I'm on for about a half hour on Wednesday mornings.
I forgot you're doing your live.
So, yes. Okay.
I saw your last one.
You saw my last one?
Can I bring it in?
Yes, please. Bring it in. We'll take a look. Everybody okay there? All right, I'll be back. Now, we're going to talk about carpet cleaning later on, too. So, we're still going to talk about bobbins when I get back on here, because bobbins are a problem if you don't use the right kind, or you don't know what kind of bobbin you need. So, oh boy, it's an Elna. It's an Elna, just like that one in the corner there. I hate to say that there's pens in here for cleaning.
Well,
all right, so you got
I've got the book and everything, but I can't get this open.
It's hard. It's hard because right there. All right, I'm gonna take the end off, and you got a little tiny boo-boo bulb. Is that bulb bad?
It won't come on.
Well, you know what? It's bad. Okay, I'll be right back. Hold on to that a second.
Okay.
I'm going to see if I can find one. Okay, Janet Stoltz used to had one that was constantly blowing out bulbs. I had a hard time. I think I finally found her an LED because they just wouldn't last for her. I don't know why. I think it's because she never turned it off. I think she was always using her sewing machine, quilting day and night. Ooh, all right. Looks good. Let's try her out.
I have never had this bulb blow, so.
Well, good for you. All right, let's see if this will go in there.
And I forgot about your live.
Well, that's all right. I told people I want you to come in. I've not had a phone call yet. You're the second customer I've had come in during my live performance. Okay, now let's see what we got here. Let's plug this in and see if the lights come on. Anybody salutes or whatever. All right, plug this one down here. So you need to call, and I figured if I do this, it might get me more motivated to get the store cleaned up for having to be again.
Oh,
Look at there.
All right.
You are cooking with gas now
Awesome.
in a propane world. So there you go.
Thank you. How much is the bulb?
It's 15.
Okay.
Those bulbs are not cheap. That's because, I don't know.
Well, I couldn't even get it open, so you're doing good.
Well, I've been doing this a while. 36 years. I said 37, but the computer says 36, so I guess it's 36.
I'm just wishing you'd get the sewing bees back together.
Yeah, the last one I did was online with Debbie's sister or cousin with the quilts. Oh, I'd love to get her to come back here too, but she's got to have a place to put the quilts and not be ashamed of laying them on the table.
Ah. Well,
You're all not hearing that. Okay.
I miss the quilting bees.
Okay. Hold on, I'll get you. Oh, no, that's it. Thank you. Exact change makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well,
So you watched my last one. Somebody watched it.
Yes, I did.
All right. Well, just
Yes, I did.
let me know if you watched it, because I'm beginning to wonder. So I did have a carpet cleaning friend of mine say he watched it. I said, once I get done with my first 8 shows, maybe I'll have him on as a guest.
There you
Talk
go.
about carpet cleaning from somebody that knows what they're talking about.
Bee
Or a quilting bee. Well, Deb wants to have a cleaning party in here, and I got a feeling I get a lot of volunteers if I said yes. So I need to get going.
There you go.
It's been 5 years. Can you believe that?
Thank you, Ralph.
Thank you. Thanks for coming by to see me. You want me to get the door?
I think I can manage this.
Oh my goodness! Now I'm feeling guilty. Have a great day.
You too.
Keep quilting.
Yes.
Okie doke. All right, we're back here again. Now, I was talking about bobbins. I know you want me to talk about sewing bees, but no, talking about bobbins. Now, this bobbin is the one that went into this case here. This bobbin is too high. See how it's sticking up there? That would catch the thread and cause it to all knot up underneath because it's the wrong bobbin. You need the class 66 bobbin, which is rounded, and you'll see it fits in there just down inside just a little bit so the thread can slide over that every time you make a stitch. Okay, so that's a class 66 bobbin. This, oops, is a class 15 bobbin. Okay, so that's the difference. Got another customer coming in, I think. Now, how many of you have one of these kind of machines? This is called a Singer 220, Singer Touch and Sew is what this is called. Oh, wait a minute, I got somebody coming in the door. Hello there, sir.
I need some assistance. Can
See?
you assist me?
I hope so. I am live right now.
Mama got a new shampooer
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
for Christmas.
Oh, boy. She used it once,
She used it once for Easter.
and now it's not working.
No, it's ready for the second wash, and I just want to make sure. This is what we had for the old shampooer. You sold it to us.
Oh, my goodness. Well, that was a extractor. That sprayed the liquid into the floor, and then you hope to get it all back out.
With a vacuum cleaner. Yeah.
With no.
With this. Well, this too. Okay.
This was with the machine. It's
Yeah.
supposed to do both.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
These
so
are the chemicals that came with it.
see those?
Yeah.
I'm showing it to people online there. I don't know how many people are watching. That could be only one, or maybe nobody. I've had 200 people watch them in the past, but it doesn't mean that they are paying attention to what's going on. So this is a urine eliminator. That means it gets rid of the pet. That's the only way to get rid of urine.
Yeah, okay.
But I hope not. Okay, and then this is antibacterial. This is for stains. And this is the same thing. Well, did she get those both at the same time?
Yeah, free. And there was one more, I think. There was
Okay,
three, I think.
so they want
She
you to
used
only
one.
use one at a time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, as near as I can tell, that's what it is.
So what do you need to know? Because
It's
I
a-
don't work on these anymore.
I don't want you to work on it.
Yes, I don't want to work on it.
I want you to tell me what I should replace all this stuff with when it's time to put more in. Can I use this one?
You can use it. That is for cleaning the carpet. This is for eliminating odors.
Okay, we
If
don't
you're
care
having-
about odor.
You don't. No, you can use this then.
This is what we want to
Yeah,
use for
yeah,
cleaning.
yeah.
Okay. So this is when I come back is what I'm going to have to
You're
buy.
gonna want the extractor type machine.
Okay,
stuff.
extractor type. Okay, that answered that question.
Okay.
Now, let me tell you about another thing I have.
We got another question here.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, this one might be good for you. My mother,
I don't fix family problems.
that's okay.
Okay.
My mother had a Morse sewing machine.
Very good machine. All metal.
Very good. Would you like one? I'll give it to you.
If you're going to give it, just set it outside there.
Okay.
I take old sewing machines and I try to rebuild them.
I want you to find a good home
And
for
then
it.
I try to make money too. I know it's
That's
terrible
fine.
evil,
That's
but
fine.
I try to find them a good home. If somebody
Now-
can't afford one, I'll get them one anyway.
This sewing machine has what was always neat to me when I was his age, because I played with it when
A
I
knee
was his
control.
age. No, it has a buttonhole attachment.
Oh, okay, that it fits on there.
It makes buttonholes.
Yes,
And I love making buttonholes in doilies and rags and anything.
this guy just likes to put buttonholes in everything. I'm
Yeah,
not
it
going
was
to get
cool
into
the way
what.
that thing would sew
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah,
big,
yeah,
and
it does all
then
four
you had-
sides.
Then you had to cut the hole.
Yes, and it came with a blade that you stamp it down
I don't
into
know.
on a piece of wood.
I never saw the blade. Now maybe Mom had the blade
Yeah.
and she wouldn't let me
But
play with
they
it.
give you a piece of wood,
Yeah.
and you would set it over the place, and you take a hammer and tap it,
I
and it
never
would
did
cut
that.
the holes in.
Okay, where would you like it? It's pretty heavy.
It's here already.
It's a portable. It's in the back of the
You
truck.
just set it out on
if
one
you
of those
weren't going,
cabinets.
it was going down to the clothes closet.
Well,
But I figure you could find a home for it better than they
okay.
could.
Just set it out on one of the cabinets there.
Okay, you got it.
That young man could probably carry it over his head very easily.
I don't know if he can or not.
Well, hey, look, he's got those ear things. That is going to help him work harder.
No, but it keeps him out of our way.
Oh my!
All right,
Thank you very much, sir. You have a great day. Okay, where was I? Oh, yes, I was. I was talking about bobbins. Mom, if you're watching this, he just likes to talk. That's what it is. Okay, so now I was talking about this one. This is a Singer Touch and Sew bobbin case. Now, a Singer Touch and Sew uses bobbins that look like this. Okay, see that? It's kind of weird shaped. That's because it fits inside of here, and this comes down. That's your tension. That piece of metal that's sticking on there, that's the tension. It goes down and holds this bobbin back so it doesn't spin quite as free. There's a screw on there right here where my finger is that adjusts the tension of this finger. Don't mess with it. You'll be sorry if you do. Anyway, I've had people come into my store. I had one lady come into my store. She watched YouTube, which I'm on right now, and she said this lady says that the lady on YouTube said all you have to do is pop these bobbins apart and you can take the thread out and reuse them again. So this lady came in with about 12 bobbins that were all broken. Okay, so this bobbin, oh my goodness, that's a big machine. He is having a hard time getting it up on there. You got it? Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So they do come apart, but they don't pop apart. They twist. They twist apart. So I'm going to do that right now so you can see that what they did was these bobbins, fairly expensive because they don't make them anymore, new. I mean, I guess they do, but they don't make the machines anymore. You take the bobbin and you hold on to the back side, and then you hold on the top side and you twist it just like that, and you twist it, and it comes right off. But there's little tiny teeny threads in there. And then you can just take the thread that's inside off, put it back together, twist it carefully, not too much because it's plastic, so you don't want to tighten it up too much. You tighten it up, and now it's ready to use again as a brand new stinking bobbin because there's no thread in there. There are people in this world that I think they're artists at heart. That's basically what a quilter is an artist, because they're very good at that. But when they're winding the bobbins on their machine, they have some thread on there, some maybe white thread, or this looks like pink thread, and then they add green thread or blue thread on top of it. Isn't that pretty? It doesn't always help the machine work as well as it can, but people will do that kind of thing. By the way, this bobbin, you'll see on the bottom, it has an X or a plus on it. That is not the same as this bobbin. Now, why do they do that? To drive us all stark raving mad. This is for one that a piece of metal comes up and goes into that square there and winds the bobbin in the sewing machine. This one, the touch and sew, has a little grim on it around the groove here that a piece of metal will come up and grab and help it wind in the bobbin. They don't work between the two. And why did Singer do that? So I had to carry more bobbins. That's what they do. Now, some of you might have a Singer 221, or they call them featherweights. They take different bobbins than most machines. And they take bobbins that are real thin and big. This is bigger than this bobbin. You'll see it's bigger around, but it's thinner than the Singer Class 15 bobbin. And you think, well, that's really something. It won't fit in that case, which it won't. But Singer also had another bobbin. This one looks like a Class 15 bobbin, but it will not fit in there. It's too big for that. That, I think, goes into the Class 100 machine. So you have to make sure you've got the right bobbins for your machine. If you don't have them, they won't work. By the way, we were talking about this bobbin here having the drop-in Class 66 bobbin, which with the teardrop shaped top. You would think that when Singer came out with a newer bobbin system, this type of system, which all the companies now have, I think, all of them have this, it is bigger than the others, but it will not take the Class 66 bobbin because it fits too far down inside. See how far down inside that is? It jumps around in there. Not good. It takes the Class 15, which was the snap-in bobbin. Why do they do that? Whoops. To drive us all stark raving mad. So this is the Class 15 bobbin, and it fits in this bobbin case. Singer also calls it now the Class J, or sometimes F. It's just, they do that to drive us all mad because they want us to have different types. Viking even has a different style bobbin. You'll notice this one has a bigger hole in the middle, and it's only, well, you can't see it on the screen there, but it only goes in one way. They have a little button that sticks up in the middle of the bobbin case and the bobbin winder, so it only goes in one way. That way you will put it in the right way every time. All right, so I'm done talking about that. Next, we're going to be talking about carpet cleaning and carpet extractors. This gentleman just came in. He had a carpet extractor, a Bissell. By the way, it's spelled I-Cell with a couple of letters falling off. I know that because in my store originally I had a sign up that said I fixed Bissell, and several letters fell off, and someone came in and said, "What do you sell?" I said, "What do you mean?" She says, "It says I-Cell." Well, it did. An S and a B fell off, and it said I-Cell. Just a little help on spelling there. Okay, we've got several types of carpet cleaning systems. I've talked a little bit, and I'm going to try to show you next week my host carpet cleaning system, which is one that we'll demonstrate on a section of my store here, which will make somebody very happy because the store will look a little bit cleaner, at least in a square area here. And then there is the carpet extractor. Now, a carpet extractor has a system where it has, in the front of it, it has a clear plastic suction valve, And then it has a place where there's a brush that rolls. Bissell rolls like this. Hoover rolls sometimes like this. They have little round discs that spin. I don't know why. Those were air driven. I didn't like them so well because they didn't work so well. But anyway, they had the disc type carpet agitators. And then in the back, in the very back, they had sprayers that sprayed water in your carpet. The goal was to, as you pull your carpet extractor backwards, you do not use it like a vacuum cleaner. As you pull your carpet extractor backwards, water comes spraying out onto your carpet. I love the sound effects. And then, as it's going backwards, the brush roll digs it into the carpet. And then the extractor, the vacuum, will suck that water out of that top part of the carpet, supposedly keeping the bottom of your carpet dry, because you don't want to break the glue down. So you don't go back and forth like this. You start at one end and pull it back slowly. As the water sprays in, it agitates and then sucks it up. Yeah, that's how it works. That's a carpet extractor. That's what that gentleman was talking about. You use a detergent in that. You don't use a shampoo, because if you use a shampoo, foam will go everywhere. And I must tell you a quick story on my wife's and my honeymoon. We were in a timeshare in Washington State, in the middle of the state during the off season. It's cheaper that way. Anyway, we had a dishwasher in the condo that we had rented, the timeshare that we had rented. And so we took the dishwashing, I guess it was Dove or Dawn or something, and we put a little bit in the dishwashing machine. We go to get into the hot tub, and then we come back, and there is foam and water all over the floor in this timeshare. So we took all the towels we had, cleaned it all up, and found out that, by the way, in a dishwasher, it's like a carpet extractor, you don't use soap, you use detergent. Detergent does not foam up. So in the thing that sprays water in your carpet, you just want to use detergent, not shampoo, not foam. Now, there is another type of carpet shampooer that's out there that uses brushes, and they spin. Most of them, back in the day, Regina, Lewitt, Shetland, and Royal, Koblenz, all had a 2-brush system. Electrolux had a 3-brush system, just to be annoying. Now, by the way, they only sell them in 2s now, so you have to buy 4 and only use 3. But anyway, they had the 3-brush system where it roughed up the carpet, put a foamy soap into your carpet. Supposedly, this foamy soap encapsulated the dirt. It encapsulated it. Kirby did the same thing with a big brush that spun in the front. It would make the foam and come out on your carpet, and it would put it into the carpet, and you were supposed to let it dry. Now, this foam was not supposed to be super wet. It's just going to be moist. And it gets the top of your carpet nice and moist and soapy. And the dirt was supposed to get encapsulated in this soap when it dried. And then you come back with your vacuum cleaner, and you would scrape the soap off the top of your carpet. Now, if it worked as they say it does, it would just pull the soap off the carpet, and you wouldn't have any sticky soap on your carpet when you got done. Problem is, if you look at the bottom of your shoes after you've done this to your carpet for a while, you'll notice that, one, your shoes are clean because it pulls the dirt off your shoes, the soapy stuff that you'd put down. Number 2, your carpet gets much dirtier faster in the area that you just cleaned when you walk over it. So you have to do it more often. It's like a drug. Yeah, you start taking this drug, and it solves your problem for a little bit, and then, oh man, I got to have some more. So you take more, and you take more, and then you're selling your home just to buy soap for your carpet. That's not true. You do have to do your carpet more often when you use that type of shampoo. But there are people that do that. And that's fine. I sell the shampoo here at the store, both types. I sell the rotary shampoo and the carpet extracting detergent. All right, so just a little. Oh, also, one of the things I wanted to point out was sometimes people have a problem with spots on their floor. Remember, I did the first day, I did the I did a towel with a little water on it and cleaned up a spot on the carpet. Well, some people will use their carpet cleaner and go down in the carpet, and what happens is they have a little spot like that on their carpet. Okay, you see that little spot there? Now, they go and they spray stuff into that hole there, or that dirt there, to clean it up. That sounds great, because underneath the carpet, down in the very bottom of your carpet, that stuff spread out. Whatever you spilt, your chocolate milk, whatever it was, is in a big puddle or big area down in your carpet, down in the bottom. So when you spritz your little spot that you had, it goes down here and spreads out to all that stuff that's down in the bottom of your carpet. Then what happens? What happens next? It spreads even more. And then, now you've got a big spot. Now, that's just fine, but the problem is, when it dries, this comes to the top. It's coming after you. And you go back and you look, that little spot that you started off with, you say, man, that's clean. You go to bed at night and the gremlins come into your house and they start spreading the same stuff, only on a bigger area. It looks lighter, but it does. It starts spreading it all over your carpet. So you need to do one of two things. One is don't do it. That's the main one. Don't into your carpet. The second one is take a towel, something that's absorbent, put it over the floor that you've just done your little spot. Put that on top and pray. No, put some plastic bag or something over it, then put a book or two on top of it. That way, when the stuff wicks to the top, it wicks into your carpet. And you pull that towel, wicks into your towel, not carpet, wicks into your towel. And when you pull that up, the carpet is clean, but your towel is ugly. That's the way you can help solve that problem. I've had people tell me they put towels all over their floor when they use the carpet extractor to help take care of that problem. I said, whatever works for you, that's just fine. All right, now, next thing we're going to talk about lights. The last time we talked, I think we talked about a three-way socket. No, we talked about LEDs and regular light bulbs and the heat that they produce and everything. Well, today, we're going to talk about as we get older. And I've heard this story from several people. As we get older and you try to turn on a light, when you turn the little button on there, your fingers don't grab the button like it used to. It's harder to turn on and on a light. On and off a light. So it makes it hard. So one of the things I suggest to people is to try putting, let's see if you can see it here. In front of me you can. Or over here you can. A push socket. See that push socket? I'm going to put a bulb in here. Or as my dad would say, bub. He always would say that. All right. So we put the bulb in there. Now all you have to do is push this button. And there it is. It's very bright. All right. This little light of mine. Okay. So you've got a button. You push it. It's on. You take it to the other side. You push it. It comes on. You push it this side. It's off. Very convenient. Very positive. You don't have to worry with trying to turn something. A push socket is a very nice system for like a bedside lamp. Because when you're waking up in the middle of the night, you can't really reach for the thing. But you can feel these buttons, and you can go, oh, there it is. And then somebody in the room will yell, it's awfully bright in my eyes here. So, okay. So now we're going here. What else do I have? I got to put my glasses on because I'm blind. The light put it out there. Okay. I have a wired example. That's what I want. Okay. Freebie of the day. What I want to talk about is one for all of you that like books. All right? If you like books, there is a website for books that you can listen to for free. Okay? And if you're bored and you like to read books, you can record a book and put it up online. Get your favorite book that's old. It's got to be old. It can't be under copyright. And you take care of it that way. Now, I want to show you. I think I've got it on my phone here. I was going to do it. Let's see. Try it again. Oh, yes. LibriVox. LibriVox.org. librivox.org. Yes, it is. You can go on there and find books of all kinds. Do you like Agatha Christie books? Do you like Father Brown mysteries? Do you like science fiction like Jules Verne? They're all for free on here. Lots of books. Autobiographies. I was listening to an autobiography of Benjamin Rush, who was one of the writers, or not writers, one of the signers of the Constitution. Okay? He was one of the founding fathers. There were a lot of them, by the way. And you can find books about George Washington. You can listen to the Constitution. You can listen to the Federalist Papers. You can listen to the Anti-Federalist Papers. I like those. And you can listen to all these different things, and don't go by what somebody else tells you. You can listen to it yourself and say, well, that's not what they say. It's very good. Or letters. There are letters from Thomas Jefferson that you can listen to. That's political stuff. But if you just like old science fiction stories, or Jane Austen, or any of the old books that you could just think of, any of them that you could think of, biographies, things like that, they are available on LibriVox.org. One of my favorite things to listen to is LibriVox. I listen to old authors, some Christian writers. Brother Lawrence, which is a good book. He talks about practicing the presence of Christ, and his book is available on there too. Just weird things. And remember, if you're feeling down and out, by the way, I still haven't gotten a phone call yet. I'm wondering, I know Deb came in here and said that she had heard me on here, but she's never responded. So if you want to call, Wesley K says hi. Thank you so much. That's on YouTube, because Facebook won't display. Thank you so much, Wesley K. And I don't know how long it's been on there. I just noticed it. If you have any questions, please call me. Oh, wait a minute. I've got a call. Let's see what's going on here. That's my cell phone, so you don't have that number. Hello there. You are live and on the air. How can I help you? Hello? Are you human? I don't think they were human. They were probably trying to sell me insurance. I have insurance, so anyway, where was I? Oh, if you are feeling down and out, okay, just like, oh man, nobody cares, nobody knows, I'm feeling awful, you know what's the best thing to do? Go visit somebody. Go to a nursing home. Go to any nursing home. Some of them you will feel more appreciated than others, but you will feel appreciated no matter where you go. You can go into a nursing home and read a book. You can go into a nursing home, play your guitar and sing. Even if you can't sing well, they don't care. There's somebody in the room, all right? And if you sing old songs and you don't know the words, don't worry. Doesn't matter what part of that nursing home, they will know every word of that song, and they'll tell you if you're wrong. Yeah. So just think about it. Don't feel down and out. Go out and be around somebody. If you can get up and out, you can. If you can't get up and out, you can do what I'm doing now. Call somebody up on the phone, do a little YouTube video and say hi. Okay, so I'm getting done here. It's 43 minutes into the show. And next week is week number 4 or 5 here. And I've got a list of things I'm going to try to talk about next week. But I don't want to tell you, because things could turn around. I might not be able to say what I was going to do. So, alrighty. Not sponsor of the week, but a little promo for an organization this week is Handy Evangelism. I met my wife there, so it's very important. It's a ministry that helps churches, helps individuals, helps the disabled, children and adults. They have a camping program. That's why it says staff on there. My daughter, I think, is helping out this week. You might want to pray for them. It's in the 90s in Lancaster, and it's hot. So it's kind of hard. You start getting sweaty and things, and you're in a wheelchair. You've got braces and things on. It's not a pretty picture. So just pray that they have a good time this week. I got another call. This one's from Edinburgh. Let's see what we got. Hello there. You are live and on the air. How can I help you?
Hello?
Hello there. How are you doing this fine day?
Well, I was checking messages on this phone.
Yes.
The person you called, Rhonda Gross,
Okay.
you left this message, I think it was May 10th I was checking it.
Oh, my.
Yeah, it was about a sewing machine that she had dropped off on June 7th of 2023.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, you just called her May 10th of this year.
Okay. Well, yeah, that happens sometimes.
Yeah. She passed away.
Oh, no.
On August of 23. No clue about a sewing machine.
Okay.
So
that's why I hadn't heard from her.
that would be why you haven't heard from her.
Oh, ma'am, that's the first time that has happened. I feel bad about that, but I mean, I had it done. It's just that she hadn't been. So, do you know any of the family that might be interested in coming and getting it?
Well, nobody lives close by. The closest one is in Richmond.
Oh, my.
And, we have no need of sewing machines. I mean, I actually have 2 of her sewing machines currently sitting in my garage.
Yes, I understand. Usually people collect them, yes.
Yeah, and I'm in West Virginia, 5.5 hours away.
Oh, ma'am.
So I don't know, I mean, you can feel free to sell it. I'm not looking for you to send me any of the money. Like, you can sell it, keep the profits, and I mean.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am, for letting me know. Because a couple months later, I would have done the same thing again. So thank you for letting me know that. And I will go back here and take it. Actually, I am doing a live video show that I do on Wednesday mornings. And so we are kind of on the air here, but that's okay.
That's what threw me off when you said live. I thought you were joking.
No, well, I do a lot of joking, and the people that are watching know that I do that. But I just started this about a month ago. I said I've got a lot of wisdom. I'm an old guy, so I just get on here and I do a live show, waiting for people to call me. Now they usually call my store, and so when I saw this number, I thought, well, this might be somebody that knows me. So, ma'am.
I don't. Like I said, so you've got audio evidence that I said you can obviously keep the profit if you sell it.
Oh, my goodness. Now they're going to say he's just a hoodwinker and did that on purpose.
No. Like I said, you are more than welcome to, like I said, if somebody's listening and they need a sewing machine.
There you go. I'll pull it out the next week and let you all see what that one is and see if anybody's interested. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. And I am sorry to hear about that. I've always wondered if that kind of thing could happen because of people not picking up things and me singing happy birthday to them and wondering, are they going to come? So, already.
Well, she would have come to pick it up, I can guarantee you. But, yeah, unfortunately, unexpectedly, she did pass away in August. Yeah. So, that's why you did not hear from her.
Alrighty. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes, you have a good one and enjoy your show.
You have a blessed day.
You too, sir.
All right, bye-bye. Well, that was a first. I've never had that happen before. So I do have machines here that I do sing happy birthday to and call people up and say, hey, I've got your machine here. Can you come get it? And this is the first time that I did that, and the person will not be coming to come get it. So, and that woman's 5 hours away. Mercy. And I think I said it was from Edinburgh. So she must have moved or took her phone or something. So thank you all very much. You all have a good day. We never know what's coming tomorrow, but we can do what we can do. And when you feel you can't do something, think about it. There's probably a way around it. Thank you all. Thanks for watching. Those of you that watched. And Wesley K., I don't know who you are, but thank you for watching. Maybe next week I'll actually get a phone call. Maybe y'all call me. Okay, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Push the end button there. Okay? Ending broadcast, it says. Push to cancel. No. Say good night, Gracie. Good night, Gracie.